Hi everyone! Welcome to today's live stream. Today we are covering the case conference hearing for Donna Adelson, which is scheduled to begin at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So before we get into the live court feed that Dimitri will be taping for us, I'll be showing you some previously recorded jail calls that were uploaded on the channel between Donna Adelson and her son Charlie Adelson. These are from an older video that was published, like I said, and I'll just be playing about 25 minutes of those calls, but I've linked the full version in the description if you want to check that out. So once the hearing begins, I'll be sharing my screen to Dimitri's live coverage directly from the courtroom. Also, he's going to be streaming it live. So if you just want to watch it live raw, you can go to his stream, which will also just be on Deep Dive True Crime. The thumbnail is different though. It just says like live conference with Donna Adelson versus mine will be, I guess, through here you'll see me and I'll probably be making commentary throughout. So if you're just joining, which most of you are, make sure to like the stream, subscribe, and if you want to stay updated with every detail of this case, then turn on your notifications. And we're diving deep today, and I'll be in the chat giving commentary. Also, on Friday, Donna will be attending that hearing this Friday, so right now, I'm going to share a portion of the jail phone calls between Charlie and Donna Adelson, and then after that, I'm going to show a previous hearing that's interesting because it took place when in the new investigation included witness tampering. But right now, let me just share the phone calls. And I'm kind of on a time crunch just because I want to be done before 2:30 so that we can have time to watch the hearing and everything's fine. Okay, let me share. Hold on, it's not showing. Okay, now it's sharing.
An inside look into the mind of a convicted killer. Imagine you are Charles Adelson. You just finished the trial. Closing arguments are done. The judge gave instructions to the jury. And now you go wait to find out what's your fate.
Hello, this is a prepaid collect call from
Charlie.
An incarcerated individual at the Leon County Jail. This call is not private. It will be recorded and may be monitored. If you believe this should be a private call, please hang up and follow facility instructions to register this number as a private number. To accept charges and consent to this recorded call, press 1. To refuse charge, thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Hey,
Hey, Charlie.
how are you guys?
Okay. We're still talking with you. So that's good. We're still talking.
I'm going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything. It is what it is. No, trust me, it is. I knew what jurors like. I knew what I had when I was up here. I knew what I was dealing with. Look, it is what it is.
Have you spoken to Dan since you left?
No, I called you. Should I call him?
Yeah, there's something that he told us. You need to talk to him. You need to
Yeah,
ask him what
I'm fine. Yeah, no. I'm gonna talk to him, but I'm fine. I'll call you in a little bit. But take his name, relax. Not getting upset, not gonna change anything. So I'm gonna get you checked.
Tell you what he told us, okay?
Listen, I'm fine. Just take something to relax, okay?
All right, we're gonna be okay, Charlie. Just please give Dan a call and tell us back later, okay?
Yeah. Tell Mom to take something and relax. I'm not.
I will.
I know what I was dealing with. You can't take something, go crazy and get upset.
Okay, I love you. We can talk a little bit later. Okay?
Let me. Yes, I got full power on my phone. I'll call you guys in a little bit tonight, and that's I'm calling Dan. I'm gonna call her in a little bit, but I'm calling Dan first. Okay. Love you guys.
Love you, Charlie.
The caller has hung up. Hello, this is a free call from
Charlie.
an incarcerated individual at the Leon County Jail. This call is not private. It will be recorded and may be monitored. If you believe this should be a private call, please hang up and follow facility instructions to register this number as a private number. To accept this free call, press 1. To refuse this free call, thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Great. What? No worries.
We're at Tim's house, and he's downstairs roasting marshmallows with him, and I'm just like, I just needed to be around.
Oh, you never come home. I'm like a shock. I'm like numb. I swear to God, I'm like numb and in shock.
I truly was not expecting that at all. And I saw it live. I saw everything.
I still can't believe it. I'm still in shock. I'm like, I think it's still going to come home and be a dream. Sure, I'm never coming home.
It's really like set in. I immediately my mom didn't room in after school, and then I wanted to hear the verdict, and then I came to pick up Roman, and Tim was like, "Can you stay here for the night?" So we're actually at Tim's new house right now. So these people, it's because he's going around a busy street right now. But
Fuck, dude.
I don't know what to say. I don't know. Honestly,
That's so real. That's real. Yeah, I made it with you again.
the services are okay. do. I don't know. It's like, I don't know.
Just know that I love you. I love Roman more than anything in the world. And I'm going to be here for you, for him and you, any possible way I can. And I will always support you guys. So, yeah, I want to just do it, but it's like, I don't even know, like, when I get to prison, like, in a few months, like, it's glass. Like, I'll be fucking coughing on a phone looking at you through a fucking 3-inch glass.
I mean, like, if you ever want to see Rowan, I mean, tell me I'll be there. Like, the first day is gonna listen.
Listen, I want to see my kid behind a piece of glass.
I don't care. I mean, if you want me to do that, I will.
I mean, if I can't see him in person, I want to be able to. I want you guys to visit with him. To come see me, every once in a while. Keep me going. I mean, the only thing in the world I really do like that I really, my son. I feel the same way you would feel.
Oh, baby. Oh, here. Roman was up there. Hold on here. Oh, come here, honey. Come here. Hey, come here. You want to talk to Daddy? Hey, you just want to snuggle? Yeah? Hey, do you want to still stay here or you want to go back home? What do you want? You want to stay here? You just want me? Okay, all right. Look, you have me, baby. I'm right here. You want to talk to Daddy? No. Okay, okay. Here. Will you have me, baby? You have me, honey. You're right here. Whatever you want, you will have.
Yeah, I'm always going to stay here a moment. Like, I just want to make a promise to you. Like, Roman is always going to be taken care of. That's my wife.
There's nothing more than I wanted.
They tears my heart out more than you could ever fucking imagine. There's words I can't even put the word. Trust me. They put me in fucking, they have me in some suicide cell. I can kill myself. They let me keep my clothes, but I guess when you get tested, they put you over here so they can like observe you. And hopefully tomorrow I can come back in my regular file. This room that has nothing but blood and shit spread all over the walls.
So are you back in the same? So you're not back in the same spot that you were.
They moved me at my cell, and they put me in E1. It's like, I told you the suicide cells are like a divider in my pod.
Yeah, I guess they put that after life of guilt. Yeah.
After like a sentence like this, you get a life sentence. You put you here so you can observe you. I think it's all my parents. I'm thinking suicide cells. Not suicidal, but they just do this so they can observe you. It's free. I knew it was a sham when I came up here. Like the amount of press that this has gotten, the amount of publicity that this has gotten, the amount of coverage in the town that has gotten. I'm public enemy number one here. Like there was no way they didn't even review the evidence. The closing that the prosecutor did, she put up so much fucking bullshit things that aren't true. Things were cut and pasted. Things were just like the Cliff Notes versions and make it all seem perfect for the jury. Was like she dumbed it down to a third grade level and was like, "This is what happened." And when I saw her closing, I was like, "This is it. This is a joke." Keep an eye on my parents. Just make sure that.
Coming down the street with Rex. Hear the music, Is that music? Charlie,
It doesn't feel real.
and I'm gonna have to figure some stuff out with conversations with, you know, and we'll figure that out together. Okay. And
Figure out conversation what?
with how to go about this, how to, you know, and just
I think
just
hold off for a little bit before you talk to him.
I would, of course. Well, I mean, Charlie, there's
Break
right
my
now.
heart break. Like it literally breaks my fucking heart.
I know. It's not going to be a conversation now or in the very near future, okay? And when it comes to the time, we'll figure it out together, okay? I'm here.
It doesn't seem real.
I know it doesn't. Yeah, I mean,
I really thought I was gonna one day. I really did. Like I gave away all my stuff last time.
I tried calling your mom. She hasn't responded, so which is understandable.
They're a disaster.
I know. You've spoken to her already, right?
Just little bits of words. So like they're very upset. Very upset. I don't know how to say. I don't think I stood a chance up here. I think that the jury system, the people that we had, we get 10X's, the people who we had to get off the jury were people who would have been horrible for me. It wasn't even like, ooh, let me pick good ones. It was like I just had to use my exes to get people off that you knew were like a retired cop of 24 years who was like an arsonist at the beginning of Miami, and like the way he spoke, it was just like, you know. So they got me here, and we're gonna have I guess someone come through with warnings, evaluate me, make sure I'm thinking straight and everything is fine. And then I'm just fucking, it's like a solitary cell, mirrored glass, and there's, you know, all kind of hidden.
Whether it's through a glass or not, we'll be there. Okay?
What's that?
Whether it's through a glass or not, we'll be there. You want anything, you ask me for anything, I will have it. Okay?
Yeah. You guys will, like, you know, if I can pick up the phone and call my son and talk to him every day, and, you know, I'll always be there for you guys and come and visit, you know, like,
I cannot
once a month or so. Doesn't feel real.
I'm so sorry.
Doesn't feel real. That's it. Stop with the somebody. That's the good thing. Yeah. Hard for me. Like, I want to call my parents, but I'm going to get more upset when I talk to them. I really thought I was going to get out. Thought I was going to win.
I felt so good about it.
These people didn't even deliberate. I mean, to have all 12 people agree within 3 hours, and they fucking nobody Kaplan put the case together for them. And he put Ryan Fitzpatrick, and my best saying he was my best friend, which is what he said.
Thank you so much. You're hitting so many things right now. Especially him. Especially so many people, so many people. I just went home.
Deep breath. I told my parents, they well, Take really good care of Roman. Don't let him around any pit bulls. Do that. Yeah, just watch him. I love that guy more than anything. I wish I could have done that. Really good. How's your other problem doing?
She didn't want to talk, but you know, you can start to know that she considers the whole season. I'm sitting on their outdoor porch because I needed a moment, and I'm glad you called at this moment. And I'm gonna go inside, and they're gonna sleep here tonight. I didn't want to be alone.
You're gonna sleep at mom's and Tim's tonight?
I'm sleeping at Tim and mom's house tonight. They're gonna sleep in one of his kids' bedrooms. They set it up for us, so they're gonna sleep upstairs just for the night. And head back tomorrow. Roman has a teacher work day tomorrow, so I'll be with him all day. You can call anytime.
So you're always gonna be home tomorrow with you? You taking a day off?
I'm taking the day off. Yeah.
You already called your boss and let him know?
I've already let him know. I don't want to be back until Wednesday. Yeah.
Okay.
I needed, they've been actually very supportive the past week, and I get paid tomorrow despite not coming in, so that's good.
So, well, maybe I'll call you again tonight. Just doing by myself. So,
Okay.
I'll make it through. Keep my chin up.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's all I can do.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
It's happening.
You gonna call your parents again?
I'm gonna call the parents and I'll call you again in a little while.
Okay. Alright, I'll let it go, okay? I'll be up.
Alright, sounds good. I'll call you a bit.
The caller has hung up. Hello, this is a prepaid collect call from
Charlie.
an incarcerated individual at the Leon County Jail. This call is not private. It will be recorded and may be monitored. If you believe this should be a private call, please hang up and follow facility instructions to register this number as a private number. To accept charges and consent to this recorded call, press 1. To refuse, thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now. This call is being terminated. No third-party calls are allowed. Hello, this is a prepaid collect call from
Charlie.
an incarcerated individual at the Leon County Jail. This call is not private. It will be recorded and may be monitored. If you believe this should be a private call, please hang up and follow facility instructions to register this number as a private number. To accept charges and consent to this recorded call, press 1. To refuse charges, press 2. If you would like to permanently block your number from receiving calls from this facility, press 6. For balance and rate quotes, press 7. To accept charges and consent to this recorded call, press 1. To refuse charges, press 2. If you would like to permanently block your number, thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Hey,
Charlie.
So,
You spoke to Dan.
I'm like, been there for a while. Been there for a long time. He was okay. He trying to go east to get out of the road. He stayed on it for a long time. Wasn't he? He said he was going to call you guys when I got off the phone with him. But I was going to call you in a little bit.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
He did. We were able to get through the breach.
I spoke to Bree. Roman is like falling asleep in her lap.
Okay.
She's like, when I was in a Roman, I'm like, just don't say anything to him yet. There's no reason to.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't handle that. That's the honestly the only thing.
No, I know. I know. You don't have to say it now.
No, I mean, honestly, the only thing I really wanted to do is just add in my life. Is just be a dad, have a son.
I know. Believe me, I know.
I just wanted to be a dad. I mean, when I was with Bree, I dated her for 6 weeks. I found out she was pregnant 6 weeks after we'd broken up. And I was like, no, I want to keep it. I want to be a dad.
I know you're just young.
I know, Charlie. I know.
Take a breath, Charlie.
Take a deep breath, Charlie, please.
But honestly, I'm like, I don't know if I'm in a state of shock.
Yeah, you're in shock. We're all in shock. Yeah. We're all in shock.
I had a feeling though, so it's not like, listen, I've been up in Tallahassee for a year and a half. I mean, I got a taste for how big this case was. I had no idea. There was no way in hell I was ever going to get a fair trial up here. No fucking way in hell.
No.
No, listen, even with the jury consultants, they ended up using X's on people that were like fucking horrible. Like not even like selection. It was just like get the people off that you like. I mean, honestly, I sat there and like the same people that I said let's X off our jury. To be honest with you, were the same people the jury consultants were like, yeah, you can't have these people on your jury. So it wasn't even like picking good people. It was about just keeping the fucking horrible ones off that we could have come on. There was no like, every time I said, oh, this one, I had the same numbers down that we had to get rid of. Yeah, I don't know, paper that they had to get rid of. There was no, yeah.
I know.
So sorry about that. I just forgot to unmute myself. Okay, I'll just start over. But those were the phone calls. I know it was hard to hear, but that's what we have to work with. Like I said, I did. Yes, this is live. I did link the um phone calls. If you want to watch, there's a whole playlist with hours and hours of phone calls. But like I said earlier, Donna is expected to attend a separate hearing this Friday, which will likely be more intense. And of course, we're going to cover that as well. So let's get into a previous hearing from January 29th, 2025, which is especially interesting because it happened during the witness tampering investigation. And at that time, the defense had no idea it was even happening. They didn't know that Judge Everett had already signed warrants related to that investigation. So I'm about to show you. I might have to cut it short just because it's already 2:03, but either way, you can watch the full video on Deep Dive True Crime. I'm pretty sure I'll probably get to show all of it though, but pay attention to prosecutor Georgia Kappelman's body language during this. The way she stands and responds while the defense lays out its argument is interesting. So in this, basically two of Donna Adelson's jailmates had come forward with claims that Catherine Magbanua, who they refer to as Kay, made incriminating statements to them, which these statements like supported the Adelson's defense's theory that they were being extorted by Dan Markel's so-called real killers, which is highly questionable because of the credibility of these women. So I'm going to show that to you now. And like I said, I might cut it short. I don't know. I might cut it short if we don't have time. but I believe we do have time. Okay, I am unmuted, right? Because someone just said unmute, but I did unmute. Okay, guys, I'm gonna share my screen again. Hold on.
Let's go ahead and get started. State versus Donna Adelson, 2023 CF 3226. This is the defense's motion to perpetuate testimony.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
And I think I'm going to step up there. It doesn't appear that this microphone is working.
Go ahead.
Josh Mazelman on behalf of Ms. Adelson. Your Honor, we filed an expedited motion to perpetuate testimony concerning anticipated testimony of two potential witnesses. They've been identified in the motion as Cassidy Conroy and Brittany Purcell. They've given statements both to Ms. Adelson as well as to a temporary investigator that we retained for that purpose. Namely, as I identified in the motion, their testimony concerns statements that were made by Catherine McBaniwell while she was incarcerated at the Leon County Detention Center pending her two trials.
Before you continue, Mr. Zellman, why was not all this actually contained in the plea itself that you're laying out right now?
I didn't want to put everything in the written motion, Your Honor, since it gets played over and over and over in the media and podcasts and whatnot.
Forget about the media. I'm going to the sufficiency of the pleading itself, and that is what it requires. Does this pleading meet the requirements of the rule itself?
I would say yes, Your Honor. The issue is the rule requires after the filing of an indictment, the defendant or state may apply for an order to perpetuate testimony. Application shall be verified or supported by the affidavit of credible persons that a prospective witness resides beyond the territorial jurisdiction of the court or may be unable to attend or be prevented from attending a trial or hearing. That the witness's testimony is material and that it is necessary to take the deposition to prevent the failure of justice. Your Honor, the statement of materiality of their anticipated testimony concerns the motivated bias the state witness Catherine McBaniwell's anticipated testimony at trial covers those issues. The motive and or bias of the state witness is always going to be relevant and material for purposes of cross-examination, and certainly concerning the statements that we have at issue here.
Why these individuals cannot be available is really going more to the heart of this.
Well, Your Honor, the concern that we have is based on their track record over the last X number of years and statements that they have made to Ms. Adelson. Our concern is that they will not be available because they will go back to using drugs and will not either potentially not be able to be located or may not be competent to testify depending on the condition that they are in at the time. The issue for our purposes now is that they may be unable to appear to testify. We certainly understand subpart 6 of the rule that no deposition shall be used or read into evidence when the attendance of the witness can be procured. We're certainly going to attempt to serve them. We're going to make a good faith basis to get them to be physically present so that we don't have to use their deposition for perpetuating testimony at trial. However, in the abundance of caution and to prevent the failure of justice, given the nature of the statements that these women have repeated to us from Ms. McBaniwell, we believe that it was appropriate and necessary to attempt to preserve their testimony. There's also a case law out there, Your Honor, that finds that it's ineffective assistance to counsel not to make this attempt. And it's also a reversible error for the court to deny a motion to perpetuate testimony when the anticipated testimony is both admissible and material.
All right. As to the issue of whether these women will use drugs again, how is this no different than any other person who has a drug-related crime or background in the county jail?
I don't necessarily believe that it is, Your Honor, but my experience trying to track somebody down who is actively using drugs in order to serve them and ensure that they are present in court can sometimes be difficult.
Any evidence that you wish to present in support of the motion?
Aside from what we have, Your Honor, if Your Honor would like to hear from Ms. Adelson concerning the statements that they have made, Ms. Fulford is prepared to conduct a brief charge.
Very well. Ms. Adelson, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth?
Yes, sir.
You can lower your hand. Ms. Fulford, you may direct the witness when you're ready.
Thank you, Judge. Ms. Adelson, during the course of your incarceration at Leon County Detention Center, have you become aware or familiar with a witness named Cassidy Conroy?
Yes, I have.
And during your time incarcerated in an area that's close to where Ms. Conroy is also incarcerated, have you engaged in discussions with her where she has indicated that during a time she was previously incarcerated, she was also there in close proximity to state witness Catherine McBanawal?
Yes, she has told me that.
Okay, and during the course of your conversations, have you also learned that Cassidy Conroy has an issue with the use of illegal drugs and an addiction problem?
Yes, she does.
Speaking with her, have you learned that she is going to be released around midnight this Friday, January 31st, or in the early morning hours of February 1st, 2025?
That's what she told me, yes.
And based on the conversations that you have had with her and based on what she has told you, do you have a concern that in fact she will be unavailable to testify in your trial in June based on her prior addiction and her comments that she intends to continue her use of drugs when she is released?
Yes.
And during your conversations with Ms. Conroy, has she indicated that while she was incarcerated with Catherine McBanawal, that Ms. McBanawal provided information to her to the effect that she intended to set up the Adelson family in hopes that she would get a reduced sentence after she was convicted?
Objection, William.
Sustained. This needs to be drawn out as direct questions.
Thank you, Judge. What statements has Ms. Conroy made to you regarding what Ms. McBanawal has said about her hopes of obtaining a reduced sentence?
She said, wait till I come back. I'm going to take care of that family. Wait till they see what they're going to get, and I'm going to get a reduced sentence.
And is it your desire that Ms. Conroy be available to testify at trial regarding the statements that Ms. McBanawal had previously made?
Oh, absolutely.
And likewise, have you become familiar while you're incarcerated at the Leon County Detention Center with Ms. Brittany Purcell?
Yes, I have.
During your discussions with Ms. Purcell, did she indicate whether or not she had prior addiction issues?
Yes, she has.
Based on your conversations with Ms. Purcell, do you know whether she has indicated she continues or intends to continue her use of illegal drugs upon her release?
And I take an art class at the jail, and she has said it in the art class as well, that's her intention.
And do you know when it is that Ms. Purcell is supposed to be released from the Leon County Detention Center?
You know, I thought she said early February. I don't know her exact date. I didn't want to question her.
Okay. And based on your discussions with her, did Ms. Purcell indicate whether she was familiar with Catherine McBanawal from prior incarceration time?
Ms. Adelson, please respond.
I can't hear. Was a question asked? I didn't hear anything.
Sure.
Question again.
Thank you, Judge. During your discussions with Ms. Purcell, has she indicated whether she is familiar with Catherine McBanawal during her prior incarceration at the Leon County Detention Center?
Yes, she did.
Based on your conversations with Ms. Purcell, did she indicate what statements, if any, Ms. McBanawal made to her or in her presence about the Adelson family?
Yes, she's made several statements.
And what were those statements?
Said had her plan worked, she would not be where she is. She would be sitting pretty in Hawaii, drinking a fancy drink. That was one of her statements.
What other statements did she make about setting up either Charlie or yourself or the Adelson family?
Kay, they call her, I called her Katie, but they all refer to her as Kay. I guess that's the name she used when she was here. But they said, Brittany said to her that Kay made it very clear that she was blackmailing Charlie, my son.
Okay. All right, anything further that was said?
Yes, and I guess I should have been prepared. I didn't know I was going to be asked. I'm just a little nervous right now. But she spoke about the tattoo. She spoke about the tattoo that Kay had, and about a tattoo that her child's father had of her with a machine gun, that he put on his body of Katie with a machine gun.
Would it be your desire that at your trial in June, that Ms. Purcell be called as a witness if Ms. McBanois testifies in the case?
Yes, I would like her to be there, absolutely.
You have concern based on her drug addiction and her intention to continue drug use after she's released, that she would be unavailable to testify at your trial?
Yes, that's my concern. It's a big concern.
Yeah, we just moment.
Go ahead.
I don't have any further questions at this time, Judge. Thank you.
Appellant is doing the examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Mrs. Adelson, when did these women make these statements to you in the jail?
Well, at different times over the last, gosh, Cassidy was back in October. Brittany was after that. Brittany, I think, was around Thanksgiving. I didn't write down a specific date, but so for the last 2 months or so, 2.5 months.
Any redirect examination.
No, Judge, thank you.
That concludes the testimony. Is there any other evidence that the defense wishes to present in support of its motion? There you go. Response from the state.
Judge, the state objects to the defense's motion. We do not think they've laid sufficient grounds for a motion to perpetuate. As Your Honor pointed out, almost all civilian witnesses in criminal cases engage in high-risk behavior and may be unavailable in that sense. I don't think this is any different. We have no evidence to suggest these were very high at the time or unable to be located at the time that they're asked to testify. So I would object on that basis. Secondly, I think timing wise, I have an objection. I don't think it's fair to the state to bring these witnesses forward to us. I learned about them Sunday when the defense motion was filed. I don't think that they've been officially discovered yet, but I learned about them when I got this motion Sunday night and were to depose these witnesses presumably and somehow be prepared to cross-examine them in the next 2 business days. I don't think that's sufficient amount of time for me to prepare an adequate cross-examination, nor to depose them as I have a right to do prior to conducting that cross-examination, or sufficiently investigate them or their stories that I'm just learning today, because as Your Honor pointed out, testimony and substance was not even present in the motion itself, so I'll just learn that today. So for all those reasons, I would object to moving forward as suggested by the defense.
Any further argument, Mr. Zellman?
Just one, Your Honor. Okay, Your Honor, in respect to the rule, contrary to the state's position, the standard is may. It's not will be unavailable. I think Your Honor's concerns expressed at the beginning of the hearing would be spot on if the standard were will be unavailable. However, the rule includes language that says may be unavailable. Now,
Yes, to that very point, though, Mr. Zellman, could we not say nearly every trial, someone who's scheduled to testify may be unavailable, therefore now we have this deposition instead of testimony taken under oath during the trial itself?
yes, Your Honor,
That's throwing can hit earth. There could be a car crash. There's no extent that could end the may be unavailable.
it's the language that we run. But just because we perpetuate their testimony, there's still a second part of the analysis as to whether or not the perpetuated testimony can be presented in trial. And that's in subparagraph 6. We still have to make an attempt to procure their testimony at trial. This is in the event that we're unable to do that. Your Honor, the temporary investigator took us some time to find somebody who did not have a conflict. We actually had to go to somebody out of town that I've used in the past. She actually works for the Federal Defender's Office in Georgia now. And we didn't get her summary of the interviews that she conducted on Friday until Saturday. So over the weekend, we obtained that information, prepared the motion for perpetuation of testimony on Sunday, and I emailed out to the state Sunday afternoon.
Well, having reviewed both the rule, I'm referring to Rule 3.190 subsection I, that concerns motion to take the deposition to perpetuate testimony, having heard the testimony of Mrs. Adelson today as to the material nature of this testimony, and also the argument of the parties, I am prepared to rule. As it concerns the language, may be unable to attend or be prevented from attending a trial or hearing. Mr. Zellman, as it pertains to your argument that it is not will be, but may be, that is well taken. That is the plain language of the rule. I would still say, and I'm interpreting this rule, it has to be something that goes beyond what is merely speculative. These witnesses, while they may have used drugs in the past or may use drugs in the future, that does not render them, based on my reading of this, that they are unable to attend or prevented from attending a hearing, or maybe merely because they may use drugs again. If this were a situation where we were dealing with something such as a military deployment, or someone who is dealing with a grave illness, or something that is more concrete than just this person may use drugs again in the future, I think we'd be on a little more firmer footing. This is, as I find it, speculative that because they've used drugs before or may use drugs again, they cannot testify in their trial. These witnesses should be subpoenaed by the defense to secure their testimony at a future trial date. If the situation changes where we are no longer dealing with something that is completely speculative, I will readdress the motion, but I am going to deny it.
Your Honor, may I just point out that the statements that both of these witnesses have made indicated their intent to continue to use drugs upon their release.
As made to Mrs. Adelson, however, that does not mean that they are going to be unable to attend or prevented from actually showing up for the trial week during June 3rd.
Yes, sir.
Well, may I just do one thing?
No.
Miss Adelson, if you could give Miss Fulford a call, we can discuss further.
Brittany is homeless. You'll have no way to reach her. She's a homeless person.
Ms. Adelson, stop talking. As to the motion for change of venue, are the parties capable of arguing this today as well?
No, Your Honor.
Very well. We are in recess.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That concludes the Zoom hearing for this meeting.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Donna Adelson testified today at an expedited hearing on her motion to perpetuate the testimony of two jailmates who supposedly are willing to testify about Catherine Magbanua. Those jailmates are Ms. Conroy and Ms. Purcell. Both of these ladies have a long criminal history, apparently fueled by drug problems, and both have a history of charges or convictions for crimes of dishonesty. Ms. Conroy is currently serving a jail sentence for violation of probation due to theft. She received a sentence of 150 days in the Leon County Jail and is scheduled to be released early next month. Ms. Purcell appears to be homeless. and is currently in jail on charges of stealing from a Goodwill donation cart. She was caught nearby with a shopping cart allegedly full of donated clothes. Often, we hear defendants complain about prosecutors giving deals to so-called jailbirds who are willing to lie for the state in exchange of a good deal on their cases. Of course, nothing would prevent a rich defendant in jail from playing a similar game. At this time, we of course do not know what these women have to say or how they will do when cross-examined by the prosecution. We of course do not know whether anyone has influenced or encouraged them somehow to testify about Catherine, who spent years at the Leon County Jail waiting for her own trials. What we can be sure of is that the state will put these ladies through a tough test. It's possible that the state will take their deposition, or they may decide not to even waste their time on that if, through investigation, they discover easy ways to trash them on cross, if Donna decides to go forward and present the testimony of these dubious ladies.
Okay, everyone. So, like I said earlier, Dimitri is going to be live streaming right now, and I'm going to share my screen. So, I'm still going to be in the little corner. Let me remove that comment. And yeah, so I'm going to get everything set up. Feel free to drop questions in the chat. If you're just joining, we did a live stream of the jail portion, and we just did an old hearing. But now I'm going to screen share Dimitri's live. Okay.
I'm the same way. My sense of smell is like I like work in my house and I'm like there's pee somewhere in the house. I'm like,
Is there a chance they put Donna in a different jail to make way for Wendy? Well, they already transferred her to Wakulla.
there's pee somewhere in the house.
But that's a funny question. Let me just send a picture to Dimitri to make sure. Okay.
Oh really?
I'm gonna mute myself, but I'll come back if I need to talk. Like, I'll unmute.
There was a defendant right into the door. And I was like, I asked you, I was like, what is that? I heard about that. You're like, do not gaslight me. I know what I smell. Do not gaslight me. Nice, great, thank you.
Do you mind resending me the warrants that were sent by you?
Sure.
Because I either got sent to my
Okay, that's fine. I looked, I didn't look like to see which one they were sent to, so I just looked and saw that they were sent, but yeah. A new one. Right. About Zaborski?
Yeah.
Yes, I got it. Yes, I did. He's in, yeah.
In custody.
That area.
No, it's Hogan County.
Can we just do? I mean, that's what she said. It's not just like a normal transport order, because the marshals have to do it. because I know when I had a defendant who he reduced his bond, and then ICE picked him up and took him to the facility with Andy, and I got him out of ICE custody back up here for his trial. So I'm assuming it's like similar. It was a lot of, I had to call it a favor. Basically, I probably used up my one favor. No, like just like yeah, I know. I was like, it was luckily that I was on it like as soon as they took him. I told Jason, I was like, they just took him and I want him back. And plus it was the child death case, and so they're like, okay. They're like, you got it. They're like, yeah, fine. And he got convicted, so you know, he's in prison now. And I'll be deported. Yes, they probably would have. Yeah, probably. Have you seen? You know, there's like a documentary or like a film where they let go into that prison. You should look it up. Google like El Salvador.
Everyone can be seated. Who's ready to call their matters this afternoon?
Good afternoon, Judge. Matthew Williams on behalf of Ladarius Blake, 25 CF 20. Can I have another case management, please? July.
Ms. White, anything to add?
No, Your Honor.
Is there any outstanding discovery in this case that hasn't been addressed?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't recall off the top of my head. I don't, it's a relatively new case to me, so I would imagine we're still going through discovery.
You recently substituted in?
I want to say in the past 60 days-ish.
I would say 5-5. That is when the order's dated.
Yeah, that's right. That's 60 days. Sounds accurate. So yeah, discovery's ongoing.
Arithmetic with Matthew Williams. Ms. White, anything to add?
I think of the day, Judge. The day's been the day.
7/16 at 2:30 will be your next date. Go ahead.
Thank you, Judge. I'm covering one for Shelly Thomas. She's got Jamari Branch. And it looks like you got a few case numbers.
Was he set for a plea today?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
He was on the 3:30 docket.
Yes, that is accurate. As Thomas indicated, please not worked out, and she asked to reset it on another TV. She took him off transport yesterday.
I think the issue is, my understanding is that I think she's talked to the defendant about the plea, but his parents want to meet with her in her office to discuss it. And she asked if I would keep the offer open for them to do that. And I said that I would.
Was it
30
staying
days
open
is-
for a month?
Yes, sir. 30 days is fine.
7/16 at 3:30 will be the date for resetting the plea.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Judge. I appreciate it.
Have a good day.
Good evening, Judge.
Mr. Morris?
Judge Adrian Middleton asked if I would stand in. He's having a procedure done at Moffitt. Troy Haythorne, 24 CF 3276.
Give me one moment. Right, go ahead, Mr. Haythorne.
Mr. Middleton asked that I move to continue based on discovery being ongoing, and that there hasn't been an offer to this point. He requested 30 days.
Ms. White?
Yes, the state just wants to put on the record that they have sent over all the discovery, and there was a plea offer that was sent to Mr. Prince.
I'll pass that along.
7/16, this is just battery and aggravated assault. 7/16 will be the final case management, trial date to be set at that point.
Yes, sir. He gave me another case, Judge. He indicated that he did have another case on the docket, but he gave me no name and the case number is incorrect. But if it comes up, there's a DPA on the way. Just wanted to be as clear as possible. That's all that I have,
If it
Judge.
comes up. All right. Thank you, Mr. Morris. Mr. Ward, go ahead,
Your Honor,
sir.
for the record, Zachary Ward, in here, State of Florida versus Jeff Pousley, 2024 CF 2971. Mr. Pousley is present, which is good because I haven't met him yet. I sent the contact information to his twin brother, Jeffrey Pousley, which I think is a fair mistake to make. So if we could come back in August, simply because I won't be here on the 16th of July, I'll be out of the state.
August 13th at 2:30 in the afternoon.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Let's take one moment to go to the Zoom.
And Mr. Pousley is actually Miss Krieger's case. We could set that on her case management date, please.
Is that the 12th?
Yes, whatever the Tuesday would be.
8/12 then for Pousley.
Thank you, Your Honor.
It's the 12th of July. Well,
8/12.
It would be
August 12th. Thank you, Your Honor.
Mrs. Adelson, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Your Honor.
State versus Donna Adelson, 2023 CF 3226.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Joshua Zung on behalf of Mrs. Adelson.
Jackie Fulford on behalf of Mrs. Adelson.
So, Your Honor, we're still working to meet the discovery cutoff, and I wanted to let the court know we have made our way through probably the vast majority of the emails through our e-discovery portal. We're still making headway there. We found some things that will be beneficial, but I wanted to let the court know the update on that so that we're making progress.
Very well.
I would like to intervene, Judge, about the motion that we made for the new cutoffs that the state agreed to.
Yes.
They were staggered June 27th for discovery, July the 2nd for a witness. And we're going to need that additional time to have those things done. So I just wanted to put you on notice for the information that we're gathering now in this new discovery. We're going to need to take more depositions, list more witnesses, probably file a couple more motions. So I know we have the deadline of June.
These dates have been extended multiple times. I'm going to need more specifics. If you do need to take more discovery, that is certainly something I will consider, but I'm going to need specifics at this point.
Okay, we'll come back, Judge. Thank you.
So we have, I think the vast majority of the motions in limine have been filed. There are a couple more that I'm working on. I'm hoping to get them filed by the end of next week, well within the current cutoff, and get those set. I don't know if Your Honor would like those set all on the same day, or if you want us to stagger them.
To the extent they can be heard really within a 2 to 3 hour motion block, including your motions and the state's motions, it's fine for them to be heard together. They're going to require extensive hearing time for any individual motion. They may need to be set separately.
Okay. I'll work with the state and your office to get those scheduled. Lastly, in preparation for Friday's hearing, we do intend on submitting a flash drive with updated charts from our expert. Does Your Honor?
This was previously the exhibit of the different, I believe, newspaper reports or media reports.
Yes, this is an analysis of those reports. I believe it was the first exhibit in the notice of filing that we submitted.
Yes.
This is updated information.
Very well.
Because that information cut off, I think, was January 30th of this year. So moving forward, there were obviously additional broadcasts and articles. Now, does Your Honor also want us, to the extent that we're relying on the stuff that's already been provided, that we've requested the court take judicial notice of, does Your Honor also want us to include those materials on the flash drive so they're all in one location?
That's probably best. I mean, well, let me ask the state. Ms. Kappelman, is there any opposition at all to the court judicially noticing the broadcast newspaper articles, or I believe there were also some podcasts that were included as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is there any opposition from the state as the court judicially noticing that these were either run on a certain date or they were newspaper printed or the fact that they exist.
No objection, Your Honor.
The motion for judicial notice will be granted. Again, this is to the extent that the articles were run or they were broadcast in some way. For non-traditional media, I'm not exactly sure how that falls into it, but again, if it ran on some platform, I'm sure there's a record of. This is really not subject to dispute. It's what is the value of it is,
Yes,
I
sir.
think, the argument point.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
And so I will, when I'm preparing the flash drive, either tonight or tomorrow, I will make sure that all of the materials are appropriately marked and included on that. I will try to get that to Your Honor tomorrow. Just depends on how long it takes my expert to update the slides that they're providing to me.
Very well.
Otherwise, I think we're ready to move forward with Friday's hearing.
State.
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Very well. I believe the deadlines that we already have established as far as both discovery and the motions, those will remain in place. And if there is a good faith, or I should say, good reason to extend those deadlines at that point, Ms. Fulford, please provide the specifics as to what discovery needs to be taken past the existing deadline.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
That concludes the hearing for this afternoon. Jail, we are finished with the hearing.
Thank you, John.
Have a good afternoon.
Chief.
Okay, and that was the hearing. I like just how it says no signal. Okay, everyone, that was shorter than I expected, but like I said, Friday there will be another one where Donna is expected to make an in-person appearance. So I appreciate all the engagement, and if you found this coverage helpful, make sure to continue to comment, like, and subscribe. And we are still working on our Q&A video, like I said. I'm trying to get to all of the questions. There are a lot spread out through many videos, so if you could leave them in preferably the mentor lawyer video, but it's fine. I'm gonna post this as an actual video, of course, so if you want to rewatch it or share it, feel free to do so. So that concludes today's hearing. I know the video was a bit choppy, but streaming issues. Audio was good though. The audio was good, so we have that. And I'm gonna stick around if you guys have any questions or anything. This Friday's video is definitely going to be more intense, I believe. And hopefully longer. Hopefully longer. You're welcome, everybody. Yeah, so this Friday is going to be the change of venue request hearing. Ooh, it's going to be longer. It's going to be longer. And I'm hoping we get like good close-ups of her face, because I need more thumbnails. No, I actually do hope we get good close-ups. Any case-related questions? Have they started yet? Are you talking about the stream? Are you talking about the court hearing? Because you missed like all of it. Why was Charlie's money moldy? Oh, Michelle French, if you're talking about the court hearing, we just finished, but you can watch when the live gets uploaded, like when YouTube uploads it, you can just rewatch it. This video's already, it was over before it started. If you guys are just joining now, then you missed the entire video, but we just streamed it like right in this live, so you can go back, like the button on YouTube, or you can just watch later when it posts. Are you talking about that, or are you talking about something else? Yeah, you missed it. It's fine. In the beginning of the video, I didn't just stream the live. I didn't just stream the hearing. I showed jail phone calls and an old hearing from January 29th, 2025, like 4 months ago. And then we just finished the hearing, but it's fine. And then there is another one this Friday. I'll probably put out a post Thursday night. I know today I put out a post, but it was just like a couple of hours ago. Didn't know what it meant to launder money. That's funny. Yeah, you'll hashtag replay. Good. But yeah, so Friday's hearing, I will probably put out a post way earlier, with the time and the information and everything. And yeah, Dimitri will be in the courtroom on Friday, streaming it to us. And it'll be very interesting. Does anybody have any like intellectual questions before I go? I'll turn on all notifications now. Good. You do that. And you can watch our previous videos, which are more updates on the case if you haven't. The hearing, I did link down below, like I said, I did link the phone calls video. I didn't link the hearing video just because I streamed the entire thing here. Like, it's the same thing, it's just that hearing. The one from January 29th. So, just check that out. And then yesterday we uploaded an update on Donna moving, if you want to check that too. She moved on January 6th, but we uploaded it yesterday, June 6th. We uploaded yesterday, June 10th. So just a couple days after. Okay, I'm probably going to edit the description of this when I post it, and I'm going to include the link to the other hearing in case anyone wants to watch it. And I'm also going to cut all of this out of me just like talking. Or maybe I'm just going to edit the description. Okay, everyone, I'm going to end it now. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and make sure to join the stream on Friday, which I will be... Dr. Reinhardt, this question. Oh, wait, that's the wrong question. This question, I'm going to put that in the Q&A because that's a good question, just so everyone can see that. Oh my gosh, hold on. Okay, now I'm gonna go. And I'm gonna put your question in there. I'm gonna post on Thursday night or Friday morning the time I'm gonna go live, as well as, I guess, what's gonna be included, just like I did today, but today I did it kind of late. I wanna do it kind of earlier. So, yeah. Okay, perfect. Goodbye, everyone. Have a good day. I'm going to add your questions to the Q&A now. And if you have any questions, please go to Mentor Lawyer Justice Network on the live I did where it literally says Q&A and just comment there. Okay, bye, everyone.